are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced and get happy with Dr. Marissa. And this show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have shows and topics.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days.
Monday, Tuesday,
Happy days.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Happy days.
Friday, whatever.
Happy days.
What a day. Na-na-na, na-na-na.
I love you.
I love you too.
Best known as the mom from Happy Days, and she is a delightful 89-year young Marion Ross to my studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Dr. Marissa, this is such a treat for me.
Oh.
My goodness, you're a wonderment.
Which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. I'd like you to welcome Corey Feldman.
If you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh, my God, that's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? She's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Month show. Please welcome Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
On and supporting cancer schmance. I really appreciate it.
So what would you say are some of the biggest myths, Fran, that people have about cancer?
Well, I would say that they think that there's a cure for it.
Okay.
Instead of a cause for it.
This is the first call-in show when I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura. And people call in to get their life tires balanced and their critical thinking or their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today I am delighted to have Malie calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
We could go 90 days and then end up having terrible sex. And then you say, well, the relationship's not all about sex. Well, if I'm not getting great sex from you, then I'm going to get it from somebody else. Right?
That moose just got put on the table. And I see Josh and Jim.
I have to agree
You're
with Clyde.
both nodding. Ramon's sort of half nodding because his wife's listening. But
I understood what was going to happen if Muhammad Ali's youngest daughter, made public that I was going to become a boxer. So I wanted to make sure this was the path that I wanted to go down.
You are absolutely fabulous, beautiful inside and out. And I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award today.
Thank you.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point.
When I go, I'm gone.
Are you lonely?
No.
Nah, I knew that was going to be
But
the answer.
I surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans that have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go, so I can come over.
Come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
Oh my gosh.
And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumbles, Podchaser, Spreaker, Streaker, you name it, I'm there. Why so many places? Because I want to maximize my splash for more hope and happiness. So on this show, there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K words, no Kanye talk at all, formerly or now. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have topics and guests. If you've missed any of my 1,155 podcast shows, but who's counting? Then go and free subscribe on my YouTube channel. I also not only have great guests and topics, I have great series. And I'm so delighted that today we are launching my brand new series with someone that has so many fans and so many people who absolutely love him. I am delighted and honored to have as my new co-host today for Friday series that is called The Hollywood Rebel Report with Ricky Rebel. And hold it,
Yeah.
here we go.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I'm so delighted that you're here and that
Me too.
we're starting off with a gratitude sandwich. Those of you who are not familiar with my show, you will get used to how we start by balancing out all the bad news out there with some good news. And the good news starts with taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. So, what are you grateful for? Is the top of the bun. And there's 8 things, and I'll tell you why there's 8 later. And then the bottom of the bun is what you appreciate about yourself. So here we go. What are you grateful for, Ricky Rebel?
I am grateful for my health, period. I wasn't feeling again. Last time it was the same thing. I'm feeling much better today, unbelievably better. And I'm so grateful. Health is so important. And when you have it, it's number one on the list, honestly, for everybody. It should be. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grateful.
I am grateful for technology that allows me to stream live, Dr. Mercer reporting live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where I am visiting my mom who has Parkinson's, and she's in a facility that I get to come and visit once a quarter is what I try. So I'm grateful that I get to do the show from wherever I am.
Wonderful.
What are you grateful for?
My cats.
How many cats do you have?
I have 2 cats. I have Willow. She is a ragdoll, a white ragdoll, beautiful blue eyes. And Max, who is a Maine Coon, really cute, beautiful Maine Coon. Everybody loves Max.
Oh, well,
They're
I'm
gorgeous.
allergic to cats, but I'm sure they're beautiful, and I'll take some allergy medication if I come when I come visit. I'll say that. I am grateful for the plethora of amazing guests that I've had over these 12 years. You saw in the extended intro, which, by the way, plays while the NBC News is on the other channel. It is such an honor to have had Dawn Wells that you saw at the end. She did pass at the beginning of COVID. But I did go over for Thanksgiving, and she would take me to the races, and we would play poker. So I am so grateful that a lot of my guests have become good friends, and now I have co-hosts as friends as well. So
Yeah,
delighted.
me too.
Yay. Let's go to the bottom of the bun, which is my BS, my belief system is
Right.
that good mental health starts with self care, self approval, self love. And a lot of us have this inner critic that says, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're only as good as your last success. And
Ah,
that voice um, is softened if you know who you are, what you're good at, what you're not so good at, but mostly that you're one of a kind wonderful. So, this practice or blissipline or good life habit is on the bottom of the bun. What do you like about yourself? What do you like
mm.
about yourself? Because, frankly, my dear, if you can't approve of yourself, how the fork do you expect anybody else to? So that's why we do this. I'll start. I appreciate my ability to, um, let's see, pop back up when things don't go the way that I was hoping
Mm.
for. How do we recover? My recovery time is a lot better than it used to be.
Amazing. And honestly, that was my first thing I thought about for myself that I like is the fact that I keep going and keep pushing and I never give up.
Beautiful. And
Mm.
case in point, I when bad stuff happens, I
Mm.
have a blissipline, hashtag bliss, that I say, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this. And
Ah,
certainly, Ricky and I, you put it so well. We met each other, or we're bonded by trauma, and the circumstances with which we met were not ideal at all, but the beautiful lemonade, or what I call banana bread made out of bruised bananas, is that we actually got to really gel. And I just love that we met, that we have this new series that we're doing together. And certainly that is the good that came out of that situation.
yeah. I mean, I think it's out of mutual respect. I really respect you. You've been on air for 12 years. We
Mhm.
just celebrated you, the anniversary. And it's a respect thing. I really respect you and I'm happy to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. And
Mm.
I totally respect you, and I'm just eager about learning, because this is a whole area that I'm not, versed in. I haven't had a TV for about 10 years, and I also tell people not to start the day with the news because it's CNN, constantly negative news, which is why I talk about positive things on the show. So my daughters are always on my, mom, you didn't know that, you didn't hear that, but I do that on purpose. But there are
Mm.
things, especially in our world of media and Hollywood, that it's about time that I learn. So I look forward to learning all of that from you.
Thank
All
you.
right, one more appreciation from each of us, and then
Okay.
we'll go to the topic at hand.
Okay. Well, I am appreciate for my partner who actually is sponsoring the broadcast. He's wonderful. His name is Dr. Patrick Lockwood. And he has a book out that we're going to be promoting soon. And so I'm grateful for him. It's called The Fear Problem: How Technology and Culture Have Hijacked Our Minds and Lives. Dr. Patrick Lockwood, literally the smartest person I've probably ever met, who happens to be my partner. So I'm very grateful for him.
Yay. And yes, this series is being sponsored by Dr. Patrick Lockwood. And the book is available at Amazon or Mascot, so you'll have to check it out. And we're going to have him on the show as well, so
Cool.
that he can tell us about the book, how the book came about, and certainly appreciating our sponsors. If you'd like to sponsor any show that I do, please do contact me at drmarissa.life. Very affordable rates, because I want people to be able to access platforms like this. All right. And now that's the end of breakfast. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to introduce today's topic or episode or show title with Ricky, my co host for the Hollywood Rebel Report.
Thank
Take it
you.
away.
Take it away. All right. So this week, I want to talk about my favorite subject of all time, which is music, music, and more music. Okay. So,
Yep.
first of all, Taylor Swift is really killing it. Okay. We all know Taylor Swift, but her album, she has a new album out. It's called The Tortured Poets Department. And all the records Taylor Swift's new album has broken so far have been Spotify's most pre-saved countdown, single week vinyl sales, 700,000 copies already. Single day Spotify album streams, 300 million streams in a single day ever, which is a record for any human being. Single day Spotify song streams, she had the most. What else? Apple Music pop albums. Apple Music also shared that the Tortured Poets Department has broken its record for biggest pop album of all time by first day streams shortly after the LP's release. I love the album. Well, I'm not going to say I love the album. I love the single. There's a single that I really like. It's called Fortnite. And it's a really good song. I'm obsessed with it. It's the fastest album to 1 billion streams on Spotify. It's the biggest streaming week of all time and historic Billboard 200 debut. The Tortured Poets Department made a massive debut in its first week, not only starting at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart dated May 4th, but also nabbed the record for largest streaming week over an album ever for an album since the chart started measuring by units in December 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just want to interject here a couple things. One is those of you who don't know Ricky, those of you who are just meeting him for the first time, I did do an introduction interview with him that you can get for free. Subscribe on my YouTube TV channel so you can get all the details. But I just wanted to highlight that this is a guy who's just not familiar with music. He's very much part of music. He was signed by Michael Jackson's label. He's been on tour with Britney Spears, signed by Madonna. So I just want to, any of you who are not familiar, he's not just a reporter. He's really in the music scene, and I just wanted to point that out in case people are wondering what's going on in my studio today. You are tuned to Take My Advice. I'm not using a Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show, and this is the official launch of my new Friday series called The Hollywood Rebel Report with Dr. Marissa and
Ricky Rebel.
And he is talking about what's going on in music today. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I have such respect for Taylor Swift because her ability to put her emotions into words that are so illustrative, I think is the adjective. Hats off. I'm a singer-songwriter myself, not anywhere close to Ricky or any of the other names that I have done. I'm just a retired lounge lizard, but deep respect. She is not a made person like boy bands, producers put them together kind of thing. I'm not bashing that at all, but the level of talent that Taylor Swift just shows in her words, her lyrics is unbelievable. So I just wanted to insert that.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. 100. She writes her own music. That's huge. Some of the other artists that are really big right now, they have like 26 writers on one track. So it kind of feels, where's the artist in all of that? I write all of my own music as well and produce all of my own music. So I have high respect for people who really do that, have the courage to make it themselves as much as possible.
Yes, absolutely.
So we have some pictures for the next things we want to talk about, right? Whatever you post up, I'll just talk about. Oh, that's me. At a party I recently went to. I went to a party in Hollywood, in West Hollywood. And let me tell you a little bit about it. Let me get it up here. It was a single release party celebrating the release of Amazon #1 song Self-Love Symphony by #1 Billboard artist Kendra Erica. It was produced by Grammy winner Dave Auday and Chloe Latanzi, who is the daughter of the late Olivia Newton-John. So I met Kendra Erica at this party. Do we have a picture of her and I on the carpet?
Actually, no, that was the one I couldn't pull up.
Oh,
But
okay.
it is, I believe, in the promo that I put out last night on my Instagram, Doc Balance, and I think you put it up on yours as collab, so you can get that one there.
Yeah. Well, we met. It was wonderful. She performed. Really sweet girl. It was hosted by Jeremy Madix, Vanderpump Rules, with a special performance by Kendra Erica, the cast members from The Valley and the Vanderpump Rules. Iggy Azalea was also there, People's Choice Award winner, Vernon Davis, an NFL player, Heartland Ray, Priscilla Villa, Nathan Russell. So it was a pretty cool event at Soar. Soar is a restaurant in West Hollywood. Next time I'm invited, you must come.
I will definitely come.
You'll be my plus one.
Aw, that'll be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, awesome. Now, I do have to, embarrass myself for a second. Oh, first of all, thank you so much. We got a number of hearts and a number of people who gave us the finger. Not
Oh
that
my gosh.
finger, not that finger, but this finger. So
Oh,
thank you
good.
very much. And I just wanted to say that those of you who are not listening on the AM FM side while you're driving to wherever you're going, please don't comment in the chat. But we have real time chat on this love stream. We'd love to hear any questions you have for Ricky, any comments about what we're talking about. All of that is available if you free subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you go on LinkedIn, my LinkedIn, Facebook. Ricky has also shared to his. So please do interact with us. We do love it. Normally, I can see it a little better than I am when I am remote, but Ricky's going to just to pop up whatever comments are there. And JD, who's helping me in the back in the studio, he will also do that when the comments come up. So I encourage you to be part of our show. And again, thank you for the hearts and the fingers. But all right. So when you have you had any inside information? And the reason why I'm asking about this is because I've been very strict on my show. I don't want gossip. And usually when people talk about Hollywood, it's so hurtful to me that all I hear about is, oh, do you know who's cheating on who or who divorced who? And all of that, while it might be titillating for you, my show, the brand, I've been very careful. I don't want gossip. So knowing that you also agree with that is one of the reasons I'm so excited to have you bring this whole area onto the show without it being, in that vein. So, what are some things that you know about Taylor Swift in her journey that maybe not a lot of people know? Because it's so, I just have to say, it's so disappointing. We are not being humankind. We don't emphasis on kind. The go-to is angry criticism, that is coming out of whether jealousy, ignorance, cruelty, whatever it is, it's not humankind. So I want to balance out all of that with what's good about Taylor Swift.
Wow. Well, first of all, she's has a really incredible tour that she just did, the Eras tour. It was amazing. She's extremely talented. We know that. And she's able to put on a great show. Sing night after night. She sings live, of course. Incredible writer. Just the talent is through the roof on her in that regard. I know being on tour, I've been on tour with Britney Spears, and it's really challenging for anyone to be on tour. We talked about Madonna being the age that she is and still killing it. The lifestyle is incredibly challenging. It's a new city every single day. You're on a tour bus, you're flying, you're doing interview after interview after interview, and then you go live on stage after your voice is really tired, you're sick, and nobody cares. It's it's an intense thing. And she just has a smile on her face the whole time, and she just is taking it all with grace. The criticism of her, people say really nasty things about her, but she has a way of not letting it affect her and kind of putting it into her art, and it shows. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Um, it just killed me during the Super Bowl. There was like bets going on because I run the prop bets. Don't tell anybody at a Super Bowl party. But one of the bets was how many times the camera was going to go on her. When oh my gosh, I was just like, really, guys.
Yeah.
But oh well. No more about that. So, all right,
Right.
next, are you done with that part of the report?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
there's probably more pictures. Whatever you post up, I'll talk about.
Okay. Well, the pictures that I got were just of that party. Was there more? I think
Uh,
there was more, right? There
there
was
were, yeah.
the TikTok, but
Yeah.
let's just why don't you just go ahead and then I'm going to pop out and see if I can't put more pictures up
Okay,
here.
it's fine.
But you go and
I'll just talk about the headlines,
okay.
basically that I chose. I like to I'm very particular with what I want to talk about music-wise. Because I have very strict ideas of what's cool and not. So I'm just going to give you kind of the rundown of what I think is cool. Leigh Banks is a brand new artist. She has a number one TikTok Billboard Top 50 track, and it's called "Tell Your Girlfriend." So check that song out. It's really cool. I love it. It has a throwback to the early 2000s, Timbaland, Justin Timberlake, Nelly Furtado kind of vibe, but it's definitely still current sounding. So everyone, take a listen to "Tell Your Girlfriend." Shout out to Leigh Banks. Killing it, girl. The next thing I'd like to talk about is Sabrina Carpenter. She's also a young, cute pop singer, and she is set to take the Saturday Night Live stage as music guest along host Jake Gyllenhaal for the show's season finale. So congrats to Sabrina Carpenter. Cutie pie. And yeah, what else do we have news-wise? Oh, I performed recently. Ricky Rebel performs at the legendary Bar Sinister Club in Hollywood Saturday, April 27th. And it was an incredible show. Bar Sinister is a legendary club called Bordner's, basically. The night is called Bar Sinister, but the club itself is called Bordner's. And it's right in the heart of Hollywood. And it's a goth club, but they love pop singers, and they love Ricky Rebel. I've been performing there off and on since 2014. I think that was my first show.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to go to that.
You should yeah. Well, when
For
we have another
sure.
show, I think you will really love it. You have to wear all black.
Not a
And
problem.
yep. You got to bring out the leather.
Oh, leather. Well,
You can wear leather
okay.
too.
Yeah. We'll work on that one.
And my friends and I killed it. Rochelle Royale. It was her
Yay.
first time headlining. Rochelle Royale and Tori K, who I'm also performing with soon. My next show will be at Hotel Cafe, May 26th. So if you're in the Hollywood area, May 26th, it'll be Ricky Rebel live with Tori K, a cutie pie who dances like Britney Spears, sings like Britney Spears, but like her own version. She's like that talented.
Wow. Now that's Memorial Day weekend, right?
I think so. Yeah. May
Yeah,
26th.
that's a great destination if you want to come in town. And you can get all of Ricky's performances and calendar pretty easily if you use my assistant Google and just put in Ricky Rebel, he'll come right up. But is there a specific place that holds all the information, Ricky?
Yes, everyone can go to rickyrebelrocks.com for any links that you want. You can get information like my newest single, which is out now. FML. We're gonna call it FML. Just to be nice, just to because we are on air on KCAA,
Yes, thank you very much.
NBC.
Yes, we
So
have FCC
FCC.
regulations. So
Mhm.
we'll just say FML.
FML.
Yeah, fun, merry,
And light.
and light.
I'm actually gonna be releasing the uncensored or the censored version
Oh,
soon,
okay.
so everyone can hear it. Everyone can listen.
That would be good. Yeah, it's pretty funny that, one of the cool things about doing promos for this particular series is when I put the poster up and I put music behind it, I usually use music for the theme of the topic or whatever, but I actually get to use Ricky's music behind the promo or behind the poster. And I pulled it up this morning, and the first one was
That
just
one.
non-FCC friendly.
I
And
am.
so
Let's just say I'm going through a phase. I will get out of it. Oh, I have to get it out of my system. But my new album is coming out in June. It's called Veronica, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Veronica. The track is a beautiful song. I played it for one of my friends who does a lot of remixes for me.
Mhm.
He's like,
Mhm.
dude, this is a hit. It's a hit song. It's kind of got like the weekend vibe, but like pop and a little. I don't know. I can't describe it. It's a beautiful song. And it's about
Aw.
one of my alter egos. Her name is
Hmm.
Veronica.
Oh, how cool. And just want to, he recognized me for 12 years. I'm going to recognize him for the work that he does, entertaining, writing, inspiring, motivating, and just sharing who he is. So here's for Veronica and the upcoming album.
We definitely need a record release party, and you must come and be a special VIP
I would love
person.
that. I'd be honored, honored, honored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. I did get three more pictures of you. You
Oh, you
probably
did?
already talked about
Well, we could
them.
just just
Yeah.
reiterate
Let's see.
who
Is
they were.
this, did you already
Uh-huh.
talk about her?
Lay
Tell me
Banks, Tell Your
again.
Girlfriend is number
Uh
1 on
huh.
TikTok. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a good song. You should check it out. I think
Okay, I
everyone
will
should.
do that. Yeah, the copyright stuff too, those of you, I would love to be able to, not just pop up the picture, but pop up a clip. But YouTube is not that friendly for stuff like that. So I
Mhm.
apologize, but you can definitely go take a listen to that. Let's see, what else have I got here? This is what we started.
Right?
Broken all of the records, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I saw the part, just as an aside for a second, um, you know, Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, I don't know any, um, and I'll focus on women right now, women artists who don't uh, talk at some point about mental health, their own mental health, the impact of ugly, negative things said to on that the freedom of speech bullshitaki that goes on with social media, and I just wanted to say, um, there's there's a beautiful Dr. David Simon, who was co-founder of Chopra, the Chopra Center in San Diego. I went to his living memorial. He had had a memorial service before he passed. I think it was like 3 weeks, and he came out and just wanted to talk about the legacy he wanted to leave. And so I'm just
Mhm.
going to offer this to everybody who's listening now or later, watching now or later, that before you open your mouth and before you type anything and before you say anything, ask yourself three questions. Is
Mm.
it true? Is it kind? And is it necessary?
Mm.
Can you imagine a world? Can you imagine all the benefits of social media with all without all of the other stuff, right? If everybody followed that rule, next time you want to talk about Taylor Swift or Britney Spears or anyone, or Ricky Rebel or myself, anyone, ask yourself those three questions before you open your mouth or you get your fingers on something.
Mm,
And that's my challenge. That's my Happy 88 challenge for the day.
that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Kindness is very important.
I'm
It's
on a mission, putting kind
you
back
are.
into humankind.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I think this is the last one. You probably already
Mhm.
talked about that.
Yeah. We talked
All
about
right.
her. A big pop singer named Sabrina Carpenter is going to uh, be taking the stage on the SNL as a
That's
guest. Yeah,
that's
for the
so
season
great.
finale. Good for her.
Yeah,
She
Carpenter
get
is my daughter's last name, my husband's last
oh,
name. So it's my daughter's. And you talked about Chloe earlier, and that's my older daughter's first name.
oh my gosh.
So,
Coincidence.
okay. Winky dinkies. Hashtag accidental, not accidental. All right.
Ooh.
If you've just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in studio today, you are tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using a Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News Radio, KCAA, home to the Asian Oprah, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, and of course, the Show Central is my YouTube TV channel where you can get not only all 1,156 shows today, you can also get my red carpet playlist where I have interviews with Halle Berry, John Travolta, Quincy Jones, The
Mm,
Temptations. I had the Righteous Brothers on the red carpet singing to me. I've had,
wow.
yes, Lisa Vanderpump, speaking of which, Priscilla Presley.
Ah, love her.
There's a plethora of great people who had very funny things to say. Actually, when I asked Priscilla Presley what the secret to her skincare, and her response was good lighting. Which I thought was very clever.
It's the
Very, very
truth.
clever. Yes, it is. And
Mm.
Lieutenant Uhura, who's now on the other side with my dad in heaven, she said, I asked her, may I ask you how old you are? And she gave me a tongue lashing.
Oh, did
But,
she really? I love
you
that.
know, I should know better. I should definitely know better, right? Because I'm hashtag ageless myself, right?
Yes, so am I.
Yes, we both are. We both are. All
Forever
right.
beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah. Um, I'm going to ask you an off question just about you is um, when going on tour, um, what what would you say the best parts of going on tour are? You talked about the hard work, and we know that. What is something in the experience of being on tour that
Oh, yeah.
you relish?
Oh, I love being in a new city every single day. You wake up, you go to sleep, you're in a bus, and you wake up, and it's a brand new experience, a brand new uh, culture almost, of people, different ways of living. I really enjoy that. I love that aspect. I love being on stage, performing in front of I mean, when I was on tour with Britney, it was thousands and thousands of people. So that was amazing to hear the crowd. And um, what else? It's incredibly fun. I mean, you get to meet different artists that are on
Mhm.
tour with you. You get to develop relationships with them, have fun with them in various ways. um, yeah.
What was the funniest thing that you got to do on tour with Britney?
The funniest thing I
Mhm.
got to do on tour with her, well, let's see. I don't think it's funny, but, when I met when I met Brittany, I was reading a book called Conversations with God, and I think I told you, yeah, I was reading the book, and then she was like, "Oh my god, you're reading the same book that I'm reading, only I'm on book number 4." And I'm like, "What? Book number 4 isn't even out yet." And she's like, yeah, but I got an advance copy. I'll let you read it sometime if you want. The Southern accent. I was like, oh my gosh. So we're like on like similar wavelengths. It's a really,
So
yeah.
did you know that I've had him on the show?
Stop the press. Now that's like the biggest celebrity, like in my opinion, that you've of all the highest celebrity. I was like Neil Donald Walsh.
This
Really?
is again hashtag naxcidental, not accidental. Not only did I have him on the show, it's you have to see the interview. It actually that episode of the show, my
Mm.
show, received an award,
Oh,
and in oh gosh, I'm so blessed to have had a lot of awards, so I get the years mixed up. But it was a Cover Award, the Coalition of she's gonna kill me. Visual resources or something like that. But I got the silver medal for that episode.
wow.
And it was my power panel. It was Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, my big brother, who's the founder of Agape, one of the teachers on The Secret, the one with that used to have dreadlocks, and one of Oprah's friends. And he's the one who introduced me to Oprah as this is the Asian Oprah. So it's not something I made up. I was actually introduced to her as such.
Wow.
And she looked at me, looked down, looked back up, smiled, and said, "Nice pants." Now, when I told Jimmy Kimmel that that happened, he said, "Wow, what was your response?" And I said, I had to bite my tongue not to say, "Do you want them?" Because it's not every day you get a compliment, right? But we're not, but we didn't know the state of what was under that day. But anyways,
Wow.
yeah. So not only have I interviewed Neil Donald Walsh, this is I don't have it with me; it's over there. But my number one best-selling book, Amazon, and national bestseller, 8 Ways to Happiness.
Amazing.
Guess who did the back cover endorsement?
It was Neil. Wow. Amazing.
Ricky. He does not do that for very many people. Do you know why?
Why?
Unlike some people who endorse, and I'm guilty of it, he actually has to read the entire book
Mm,
before he will put an endorsement on it. So
good.
not only did he do an endorsement, he actually read the entire book and
Mm,
had such nice things to say about it. And I can't believe I don't have it. I usually have it wherever I am. I think it's in the car. But
wow.
yeah, so
Amazing.
isn't that a blessing? And when you
Yeah.
watch the interview, he
Mhm.
actually predicted me writing this book because at the time
You
I
haven't
had
written
not
it yet.
written the book.
This man,
Hello?
I'm telling you, yeah, his
I
book,
had no idea.
his
I'm
mhm.
going to tell his secretary that because we're friends, that you
Talk to him.
are a huge fan.
Can we talk to him?
So
Mm.
I'll put that out and we'll
I'm really, like, starting to
see
tear
what
up
he
again. I'm
says.
tearing up.
Again, yay! That's 3 for 3.
I'm
I love
telling
making
you.
Ricky cry because it means that his heart's open
Mhm.
and tears are the disinfectant that keep our hearts soft.
That book, like, really affected me as a child. I really needed to hear the words from that book and still
Mm,
do,
mm,
um, especially things having to do with guilt and
mm,
how guilt is not necessary.
mm-mm. It is not a necessary. Yeah, it's not. It is the most useless emotion there is. Remorse is okay because it will lead to, you know, different behavior so you don't feel bad, right? But guilt is, really beyond like a moment of it to spur us on. Yeah. Ricky, there's nothing that you have ever done in your life that is not what I say this all the time. Everybody does the very best that they can. If they could do better, they would. And at the time, whatever you did or said that you are feeling bad about, it was the best thing that you could come out with the resources you had and the time that you had. And there's nothing to be sorry about. If you've done your amends and you've come clean and you know and you're going to do the rest of your life, you're going to never ever repeat whatever that was. That's it. You don't need to
Mm,
beat yourself up anymore. I
mm,
promise. I
yeah,
promise.
whoo. Yeah,
Hmm. And
that's
isn't
my,
it?
mhm, that's my one
It
thing that I have to really work, well, not just be mindful of, is that I suffer from a lot of guilt if I hurt people's
Mhm,
feelings, or if I do
mhm,
something not the best that I thought I could do, or anything, not
mhm.
living up to what I wanted to do, or uh, millions and millions of reasons, but
And
yeah.
to balance that out, you've done way more things that were not like that. You've done way more kind and caring and sweet and inspiring things that more than way outweigh what you have done that you are in that low vibrating space about. And everybody's in that boat. Um,
Mm,
everybody really does the best that they can. And the critic, though, that we develop critics in our head. The flip side of critic is protector. So we don't want to kill our critic. We don't want to, some coaches and therapists say, we got to kill it, kill your critic. And no, because your critic provides the protection. If we didn't have our critic, we'd have like burned hands from the stove and we'd be
right.
dead from running in front of cars. But many of us have taken the critic to a level of perfectionism, which is a coping mechanism for many kids who go through trauma, in a way to try to control. And perfectionism is a dis-ease in life, because
Mhm.
you're never good enough. Nothing you ever do is good enough. And if you get 99 compliments and one insult, where does your head go? To the insult, which is so unbalanced and so hard on yourself. So I have two words to say to you, Ricky, when your critic is driving your life car over a cliff. You ready?
Yeah.
Stop it. You say, thank you very much for yelling at me. I got a heart on that one. Thank you. Stop yelling at you've been yelling at me for my entire life. You got to be tired. Take a vacation. Go have a seat in the passenger side. I got this. And the person that's talking is balance centered Ricky Rebel. Balance centered Dr. Marissa. Everybody has a balance centered who is getting exercise. When we do the gratitude sandwich, you know what you are. You know you're 88% fabulous, 12% you step in it, but that's who you really are. So put your critic in the passenger seat. Don't let them drive anymore. Kind of laugh at them. The book, 8 Ways to Happiness, that Neil Donald Walsh recommended, has exercises, and one of them is the insulting game. So I want you to write a list of all the insults you've ever gotten, all the things that you regret. And when the critic brings up those things, you take the book and you say, thank you very much for that feedback. I see you're talking about number 9 and number 18. We've already dealt with that. Thank you. You got to be tired. Have a seat. Go on a vacation. And you just keep doing that. You
Right.
just keep saying that. And after a while, they'll just, all right, I know, I know.
Right. It's probably
Yeah.
there trying to protect you in some ways, trying to help you, but you're like, "Thank you for sharing. Appreciate
We
that,
got
but
this already.
we
We've
got this."
already done the work, and
Yeah.
we got better things to focus on.
Right, right.
Yeah.
This last show I did at Bar Sinister, my inner critic was very low, very, very soft, which was really nice for the first time in I think ever in my career. So I think I'm
Mm,
on that path. I'm meeting you. I'm with you now and on this show, this wonderful show,
mhm.
and it's going to be leading me into different paths that are really positive, I believe. And uh, I don't know the difference, but there is a difference now when I perform. I'm not so much thinking about, oh, you didn't hit that note right, or you didn't make that dance step right. You better get better. Or you better this, that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like
Mhm.
now I'm just like, no, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to share my
Mhm.
music, and it
Mhm.
doesn't need to be perfect. It just
Mhm.
that's all.
88%.
Give them
88%.
88.
Eight's a lucky number in Chinese. It's a homophone for good fortune. Double eight's a double good fortune. That's how we live. Be in
Right.
the joy. Go where the love is. I
Right.
want you, this next concert, to have the best time ever on stage. I want you to be in the fun. And I'm going to be there doing my hashtag dancing queen to it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I
It's
love
going
to
to
see
be a
you dance. It's really
wonderful.
fun to watch.
Yeah, I appreciate that. My kids, oh, I'll never forget the look on their face. We were at a Halloween gig in front of the Queen Mary, and the DJ was there, and he put on some music, and they were off with their friends, and I was doing my, dancing queen stuff, and the kids came around the corner, and the look on their face. Humiliation. So sorry, Chloe and Sarah. I think that's PTSD for them. That's why they're not on my social. And I love them so much. And I
Yeah.
loved meeting your mom
Aw, yes.
beforehand. Isn't
Yes.
it wonderful? Um, life, the connections we can make in life are one of the best things about life.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I think did I see a
A moment.
notification? I know that I did not do a station ID at the 3/4 mark. I knew this would happen. We have so much to talk about. But if you've just tuned in, thank you for doing that on this inaugural official first time for the Friday series called The Hollywood Rebel Report with Dr. Marissa and
Ricky Rebel.
here on KCAA, NBC News Radio, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and my YouTube TV channel. This is the station that leaves no listener behind, celebrating 25 years strong. Number one talk in the IE. We're aiming for SoCal. This is the number one talk show on the station, and we're just so delighted. I wanted to also thank very, very much all the guys at KCAA that support this show, as well as the show sponsor. And for this series, his name is Dr. Patrick Lockwood. He is the best-selling author of The Fear Problem. And the fine print there is
How technology and culture have hijacked our minds and lives.
thank you so much for that. And thank you, Dr. Lockwood, for being the wonderful sponsor for this series. And we're so delighted that you're here, tuned in. We have been talking about music, music, and more music. I don't see any comments right now. Oh, there's
Oh,
tons of comments. Are you kidding me?
wow.
It didn't show up. Oh, I'm so glad. Let's start at the top. Sci-Fi Mombi, who is a wonderful supporter of the show. She is also on YouTube, a TV channel of her own. We've got a hello from the UK.
UK.
Tiara
Cool.
Ward, Mick M. Don Wells was always the hot one. You're not joking. And just as an aside, this is not gossip. This is actually true. Um, Dawn loved being on the show. If you watched any of her 5 interviews, she was happy about Gilligan's Island. Love, love, love. Didn't mind the typecasting. And if you read the other hot one, she says the opposite. And if you look at their before and after pictures, you will see what a positive attitude does for your skin and your look. And that's all
Amen.
I'm going to say.
Amen.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm grateful. Oh, we had a gratitude. Grateful for another day of my life, my kiddos, my cats. Oh, she has cats too. My friends, my family. The internet's finally working again. My podcast growth in the community. Yay. That was for
Awesome.
the gratitude breakfast sandwich. Sherry Foster. Good morning from Lompoc, California. Mick M. Good morning, 2:35 a.m. Saturday from Mia, Australia, down
Australia.
under. I love Australia. I
Good
was
day,
there on
mate.
tour. Yes, good day, mate.
Mhm.
And I was recognized halfway around the world, sold out
Oh,
books. I was
cool.
so Sherry agreed with Ricky and Susan Roselle. I followed you before anyone knew who you were. I see you drank the juice. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Sherry Foster, better to think before you speak.
Yep.
That would be good advice for the one before. Nemesis of Eden, popping in to say hi. Hope you being beautiful beings are doing well today at Dr. Marissa Pay, Ricky Rebel, Sci-Fi Mommy. Oh, beautiful. And then Kiki Martinez is saying, good morning, Ricky. Thank you for all that. I usually get a notification that there's comments in, but I'm so glad that before the show ended, we were able to say hello and also include. Um, yes, we have 5 minutes, and final word is something I like to do with my co-hosts. Do you have a final word today, Ricky, on this inaugural, whatever, first time for this special series?
Final word. I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on your show, Dr. Marissa.
Mm.
Asian Oprah, 12 years being on, host, producer, NBC News and KCAA. I'm proud and excited to be on the show every Friday at 9 a.m. PST to do the Hollywood Rebel Report, where I'm going to be talking about music that I love, films that I love, fashion that I love, and all of the Hollywood life that I live. And I'd also like to say that my new single is out now, available on all major music streaming platforms. And you can follow me at Ricky Rebel Rocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And my final word is an invitation for Mother's Day. The day before Mother's Day, I'm going to pop this up. I am teaching Balanced Tai Chi Gong, a moving meditation that promotes inner peace, one breath at a time. Anywhere, if you're anywhere in Southern California, it's a free wellness festival put on by a new contact that I met when I was the celebrity officiant of the AAMDS March for Marrow. That was a beautiful event. They came up and introduced themselves. She got my book and so asked me to teach it. So there's going to be yoga, Pilates, you name it. It's going to be there. Please do. Just go to, she's the Holistic Hulk. Her last name is Hulk. So that's why we're honoring mothers. I'm going to be right in the middle of the show, which is the balance, and that is at noon, I think. So Rush Park in Rossmore, which is part of Sealed Beach, California. So I hope to see you there.
Wonderful.
And what time do we have now? Are we in the last minute?
Yep. 2 minutes or yeah,
Yeah,
1 minute.
last 1 minute. All right, this is how I sign out of every show. Ricky's going to join me. It's all about balance, folks. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace. Thank you so
Mm.
much for joining us. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live from her loving room in Canada at her brother's house. Wishing you the best weekend ever. We'll see you on Monday. Thanks, Rick.
Bye.